What if the sweat on your skin contained the earliest warning sign of Alzheimer's disease? Not in 10 years. Right now, years before a single symptom ever appears. Scientists have built a biochip, a device smaller than your thumbnail that can read molecular signals from a single drop of your sweat and detect patterns linked to Alzheimer's disease. No needles or spinal taps or $5,000 brain scans needed. In this video, I'll explain how it works, who it could help, what the study actually showed, and what still needs to happen before this becomes widely available. Here's a statistic that should stop you cold. Over 55 million people worldwide live with Alzheimer's disease, and by 2050, that number is expected to exceed 100 million. It's the most common neurodegenerative disorder on the planet, and for most of history, we couldn't confirm it until after the patient died. That's not hyperbole. A definitive Alzheimer's diagnosis has traditionally required a post-mortem examination of brain tissue. During life, the gold standard tests are expensive, invasive, and often inaccessible. An amyloid PET scan, which detects protein plaques in the brain, can cost upwards of $5,000. The alternative? A lumbar puncture, which is a needle inserted into your spinal column to extract cerebrospinal fluid. It's effective, but it's also, let's be honest, terrifying for most people. And here's what makes this tragedy even worse. By the time someone walks into a clinic with noticeable memory loss, the disease has often been silently progressing in their brain for 10 to 20 years. Let that sink in. 20 years of brain damage before a single symptom. That's the gap this biochip is trying to close. So, what exactly is this biochip, and how does sweat even relate to your brain? Let's start with the basics. Your sweat is not just salt and water. It's a complex biological fluid that contains electrolytes, metabolites, hormones, and, critically, proteins and peptides that reflect what's happening inside your body at a molecular level. Researchers have known for years that Alzheimer's leaves chemical footprints in body fluids. The key culprits are two proteins, amyloid beta, which clumps into sticky plaques in the brain, and tau protein, which forms toxic tangles inside neurons. Both, along with other markers, have been detected in sweat. Now enter the biochip. Think of it as a microscopic laboratory embedded in a wearable patch or a small sensor. It's built with biological recognition elements, specially engineered molecules that act like locks waiting for the right key. When a target biomarker like amyloid beta floats through the sweat and binds to these receptors, the chip detects the signal and transmits the data, sometimes wirelessly, to a smartphone or analysis system. Recent advances in nanotechnology, microfluidics, and artificial intelligence have made these sensors extraordinarily sensitive, capable of detecting biomarkers at the femtomolar level. That means detecting individual molecules in concentrations so tiny they're nearly impossible to imagine. Fact 1. The biochip can detect Alzheimer's biomarkers non-invasively and with remarkable accuracy. In a 2023 study published in Advanced Science, researchers from the University of Messina tested a miniaturized biochip that identified antibodies linked to amyloid beta plaques in patients' blood serum. By combining signals from just two biological probes, they achieved 100% accuracy in distinguishing severe Alzheimer's cases from healthy individuals, and 90% accuracy in mild to moderate cases. While the sweat-based version is still maturing, studies confirm that sweat contains detectable concentrations of these same biomarkers. A major review in the Journal of Nanobiotechnology highlighted sweat as one of the most promising non-invasive sample sources for early Alzheimer's detection, precisely because it's painless, accessible, and can be collected continuously. Fact 2. Sweat collection is already being paired with wearable technology, and it's closer than you think. In 2025, researchers at Shenzhen University published a study in Nano Letters describing a fully integrated wearable nanosensor for Alzheimer's screening. The device used a microneedle-based approach to sample interstitial fluid, the fluid just beneath the skin, closely related to sweat, and detected Alzheimer's markers in real time. Meanwhile, a December 2025 study from the University of Technology, Sydney, confirmed that sweat can be used for real-time monitoring of biomarkers linked to Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, cancer, and diabetes. As Dr. Diane Bourdin, one of the study's co-authors, put it, collecting sweat is painless, simple, and an attractive alternative to blood or urine, especially for continuous real-time monitoring. Fact 3. AI is the secret weapon that makes this actually work. Raw biosensor data is noisy. A molecule detected in sweat doesn't mean much on its own. But when you combine multiple biomarker readings, feed them into machine learning algorithms, and cross-reference with a patient's history, patterns emerge that no human doctor could catch alone. Modern biosensor platforms are increasingly paired with AI systems that can distinguish between Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia, track disease progression over time, and even predict who is at risk before pathological changes become clinically visible. This multimodal approach, biology plus technology plus AI, is what gives the biochip its real diagnostic power. So, who is this technology actually for? The honest answer, almost anyone, but certain groups stand to benefit the most. First, and most obviously, adults over 50 with a family history of Alzheimer's. If a parent or sibling was diagnosed, your risk is significantly elevated, and this technology could give you years of warning to pursue preventive interventions, clinical trials, or simply make informed life decisions. Second, people in communities where advanced diagnostics simply don't exist. Remember that $5,000 PET scan? In high-income countries, access is already limited. In low and middle-income countries, amyloid PET is virtually non-existent. A wearable biochip costing a fraction of that price could democratize early detection on a global scale. Third, caregivers and clinicians who need a repeatable, low-burden way to monitor patients over time. Unlike a lumbar puncture, which you can't exactly do monthly, a wearable sensor can collect data continuously, giving doctors a dynamic picture of how a patient's biomarker levels change day to day. And finally, anyone already using health wearables. If you track your heart rate, your sleep, your steps, imagine adding molecular brain health monitoring to that same ecosystem. But let's be real, no technology this exciting comes without caveats. The pros: 1. Non-invasive and painless. No needles, no spinal taps, no radioactive tracers injected into your bloodstream. You wear a patch, you sweat, you get data. 2. Continuous monitoring. Unlike a one-time PET scan, a wearable biochip can track biomarkers over days, weeks, and months, catching changes that a single snapshot would miss. 3. Cost and accessibility. If mass-produced, this technology could cost a small fraction of current diagnostic methods, potentially transforming global access to early Alzheimer's detection. 4. Speed. Biochip-based platforms are designed for rapid, real-time analysis. Results in minutes, not weeks. Now the cons, and these matter. 1. Sweat biomarker research is still young. The concentration of Alzheimer's biomarkers in sweat is extremely low, and current sensors must detect them at the very edge of their sensitivity. False positives and false negatives are a real concern. 2. Sweat is messy data. Exercise, hydration, temperature, diet, all of these change what's in your sweat. Controlling for these variables to get a clinically reliable reading is a significant engineering challenge. 3. Correlation isn't causation. Detecting amyloid beta in sweat doesn't definitively mean you have Alzheimer's. These biomarkers need to be interpreted in context alongside cognitive assessments, genetic history, and other tests. 4. Regulatory hurdles. Even the most accurate biosensor needs to clear clinical trials and regulatory approval before it reaches patients. As of 2026, these sweat-based devices are still largely in the research and early clinical validation phase, not yet available at your doctor's office. We are standing at the edge of a diagnostic revolution. The pieces are there: the biological knowledge, the nanotechnology, the artificial intelligence. What remains is the painstaking work of clinical validation, proving that sweat-based biochips are not just sensitive and specific in lab conditions, but reliable in the messy, unpredictable reality of human biology. The good news? That work is accelerating. Multiple research groups worldwide are racing to bring this technology to clinical trials. The 2025 FDA clearance of blood-based Alzheimer's biomarker tests shows regulators are increasingly open to non-invasive diagnostics. The pathway is being paved. For the first time in history, we might be approaching a world where Alzheimer's is caught not at the end, but at the very beginning, when intervention actually has a chance to matter, all from a drop of sweat. If this video changed how you think about the future of brain health, subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Drop your questions in the comments. What do you want to know more about?